Hey, what's up, guys? Jim at Pokemon, and I went to the National Sports Card Show here in Chicago. It's basically one of the largest card shows in the entire world. It takes up the Donald E. Stevenson Arena out by O'Hare Airport. It's massive. There's like maybe thousands of vendors. PSA was there, Beckett was there, CGC, JSA, every other company you can think of, and basically all these vendors had Pokemon card, or not, they didn't all have Pokemon cards. They all had sports cards, and I was expecting maybe around 10% Pokemon, but when I got there, only maybe around 2% of the vendors had Pokemon, and so I went scouring, hunting, looking for cool stuff, and this video is going to be me showing you guys what I bought at the event. I'll show you some Pokemon cards first. I'll show you some sports cards. I got some mail purchases back there, so it's going to be one just long, cool video. Some of this stuff is for sale, so if you watch the video, I'll just say prices throughout. And if you want anything, just get this housekeeping up front. Message me on Instagram at Jim@Pokemon on Instagram, or you can send me an email, which is jim@pokemon@gmail.com. If you don't have either of those and you're watching this video, wow, that's crazy. So we'll start with this stacks. These are like day one stacks, and then this is like day two. It's a 4-day event. And so this thing we did like late at night is a booster pack I opened. Basically, it's not, Destiny, but basically I opened a Team Rocket first edition booster pack. One of our good buddies, Lynn, basically he was opening a fossil pack, and I was like, you sure you don't want Team Rocket? We could switch, you sure? So I opened up this pack, and I pulled a Dark Dragonite. It was so cool. We had like a bunch of people around us, and I looked at every one of them, and I was like, you could have had this card. This could have been your card. And the Dark... I don't know, the light Espeon, I can't even talk, the light Jolteon, actually Pokemon Radar pulled this out, and I traded an Eevee, first edition Eevee for it, because I think it was Don Diego, wanted the Eevee. Shout out Don Diego and your epic videos and all your editing and stuff. I wish I was like as cool as that. But anyway, this light Jolteon basically traded for it, and this is like one of my favorite Pokemon and artwork. So that was really, really nice of them. At that same event that like every night there's like a trade night at a hotel. There's like tops, like all these people have different events and nights and everything you can do. If you can think of it, you can do it. I bought a Hollow Bugs Bunny. I thought that was kind of cool. I got a Michael Jordan baseball. This Zacian V Gold. I didn't have one of those. Thought that was neat. This Raichu, the color really popped on it. I thought the saturation was a little bit more. Going back and looking at it again, I don't necessarily feel the same way, but at the time I did, and so I picked that up. This Mareep, what is so cool about this Mareep? What's so cool? I mean, you gotta watch the videos, guys. You gotta learn. It has a gray stamp right there. So those of you guys that aren't aware, Neo Genesis does have a gray stamp variant for almost the whole set. Pretty hard to find when you come across it. It's always pretty cool. Love Mareep, love Ampharos, love the electric type Pokemon, so I had to pick this up for the collection. And I think what you'll notice is a lot of things I am buying, it's for my collection. And then if I found something I thought was a really good deal, I try to pick that up, and then I just try to make it available for you guys in the market. And so this is a no symbol Jolteon. I just couldn't say no to that. It looks really, really nice. I think it's got a chance for a 9. And to find a 9 potential Jolteon at a sports card show is pretty awesome. And so sometimes the best Pokemon deals maybe aren't with the Pokemon vendors. Sometimes the best Pokemon deals are with sports vendors. So going to the sports card show is big brain play here. So I'm going to try to show you guys the Pokemon stuff first, then sports. That way if you don't want to watch the sports stuff, you can click off. So I got a Rayquaza full art. Thought this is pretty nice. PSA 9. I think I paid maybe around like $300 for this. I thought that was pretty fair. Pokemon Center. Whatever price you see, just assume lower. Like everyone always negotiates. On for the roller coaster ride. And what's cool about this is it's a 3D stamp. So if you see the edition, it has a little outline on it and stuff. So it's like a 3D variant, kind of cool. Be careful when you buy variants and stuff for first edition base. I consider myself to be like a true just expert on first edition base and all the different variants and like different things that are out there. Some cards, like a 3D stamp, is the most common version. Back stamp isn't as common, but it might be more common on others. Like Red Cheeks Pikachu, a lot of them have back stamps. It's not as special of a card as you may think. Some of these are gray stamps. There are certain cards that I just see so many gray stamps of. Like Onyx might be one of them. And so just keep that in mind when you buy variants. Like it might not be as rare as like what you think it is. I didn't have one of these. Thought that was really cool. There are other Japanese sort of prize versions of the Japanese Charizards. This is not a prize version, but just to have this really pops, and the kind of the hollow just feels a little different. And then to pair it up, I got a PSA 9 English. I thought that was kind of cool. And I mean, if you see a 9 and you find one, it's a good deal. Why not just get the 10? So I had to do that too. In the middle here, got a Typhlosion. It's PSA 6. Thought this was pretty nice for a 6. I'm going to crack it out, put it in my Typhlosion binder. These things are just so expensive. It's moving so slow. Like, that binder page is going to take forever. OC Poliwrath. Look at that little print dot. Look at that little print dot. OC. That's so cool. So again, just finding these like things just out of the card show. Literally just out of the card show, finding like collection purchases, collection buys. Lugia EX. So this is just a really nice looking card. It is the EX version, kind of the half art, but I just thought this was just a nice looking card. And when I saw it, like, I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of XY, like early XY especially, but I just liked this card. And I was like, I could add this to my collection. So I was pretty happy with that. I'm going to have to make room, so I'm just setting stuff off to the side. All right, ready for the first part of the sale stuff. Booster packs I bought at the event. The weights of these are on the back, so I think I'll turn it over. This is just the guy that I bought it from, so he had already weighed them. I have not weighed these, so I'm just trusting his weights. For this fossil, I think I would do like $300. For this Gym Heroes, these two I'd probably do $300 each. I'll turn the weights over, so that's probably light. That's probably light. These 3 Legendary Collection packs are from the same source. So that's really important when it comes to weights. You got the Evolutions. EV Heroes are super popular right now. Everyone's just buying up everything EV. This one's 2.79, so that's probably light. 2.81, that's probably light. And then this one's 20.99. So that, in my opinion, is probably light. But because it's heavier than packs from the same source, the same box, there's a chance for being heavy. But again, I would probably sell these as light because it's not 21. For this set, I would say 3,000. So 300. So 3,000 if you want all these. For the Skyridge packs, basically I have 2 art sets that I bought from someone at the event. Basically, you have Vaporeon, Kabutops. Oh, there we go. I was like, oh no, do we not have full art sets? So these are box fresh. I know the source, basically pulled straight from a box. I'll show you the weights on the back. Basically just going to sell the art sets as is, so you can just take the weights for what they are. And I think one art set is already spoken for, and then the art sets are going to be $4,500 a piece. So one art set is sold. Whoever wants the next art set can have it. And I think these are all just light packs. Yeah, they are. So there is some variation, like I think like 1.15 grams, but to me that would just say they're all light. So do not expect any heavies out of these. Cool part about Skyridge is you could pull a reverse hollow Charizard, but that should never be a selling point because that's actually so hard to do. Like, it's like playing the lottery. Like, I could win $400 million. Well, you could just donate all your money to, the state lottery. All right, let's mix it up. We'll show you something cool now. So I was walking by a guy. He had some first edition base packs for sale. We were starting negotiating. We're going back and forth. And he had all these Japanese cards sitting out. And I'm like, man, some good looking Japanese. Like, you want them? I was like, nah, I'm okay. Like, I've got a lot of this stuff. Like, it's okay. And then he's like, you sure? So I ended up picking one of them up. Like, here's a Meganium. So I pick it up, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh, man, that's a pretty good-looking Meganium that you got there. And I was like, oh, yeah, so let me grab another one. So maybe grab, like, a Fossil Raichu, pick it up, turn it over. I was like, man, that's a pretty good-looking Fossil Raichu. And so I looked at him again, gave him those eyes, those eyes, and I just said, hey, let's add all this up, everything you got on the table, and I'll give you 65% of your asking price. And so we added it all up. I basically gave him 65%. He was firm on this Charizard. So the Charizard, I think I paid like $300, $350, probably $350, I'd say, because I think he was asking like $400. And this Charizard is probably PSA 7, maybe 8 on a good day. I think the last 8 I sold for like $700, maybe $800 on, yeah. And so I thought that was like not a bad risk. And so I added all these up, basically bought everything he had. I think these are maybe, I thought these had a little bit more damage, but you see, like, this is all gradable stuff. I mean, I'm not grading it for $200 a card, but like when PSA comes back at 20 or maybe they even go lower than 20, I would definitely send most of the stuff off. Like, some of this stuff, like the English. I mean, English has to look really. I mean, that's some pretty good looking English. Am I right? Am I right? You know, man. And so I'll probably send a lot of this stuff off, and that should actually be a pretty fun return. So if you see all those cards again at some point in the future, we'll know what the grades are. We'll show you some sports stuff right now. I do have a little bit more Pokemon. I actually don't own this LeBron card. It's not the Topps Chrome. It's the regular Topps version. I think I paid like, I don't know, $65 for it, maybe 70. Thought that was kind of cool, him throwing the chalk in the air. I know either you love or you hate LeBron, and so usually the people that hate him will let you know. It's kind of awesome. They always tend to tell you. DeAndre Ayton, he played really well in the finals. Just really a stud, just kind of coming out. This is an on-card auto, and it's Prism, so I really like that. And then I know a lot of people hate on like modern sports, but I think if you're getting a silver Prism, which these don't come as often, it's kind of like, I don't want to equate it to pulling a hollow because I don't think you pull them as often as, well, I don't know. I got to think of the math. But basically, I bought a few of these for around like $150 each, thought they weren't too bad. And I think this is just something like when LeBron retires or something. Like, I don't really see these going down. Everyone I talk to is like, yeah, it's not like the best buy, but like they aren't going to go down. And so I thought that wasn't like, that's not like a bad indicator. Lugia 9. I mean, if you think booster packs of these are probably going to be $300 here pretty soon, and you can get a 9 graded Lugia, the best card you can pull out of that booster pack, like, why not? It just seemed pretty like a pretty straight up, like, this makes sense. And I feel like a lot of times when you have a purchase and it just makes sense, sometimes that just is an indicator to you as a collector, like, maybe this is a good buy. And then probably one of the coolest cards in my collection that I bought here, purely a collection card, like unbelievably cool. Big shout out to my boy Jamil Mealy Pops. Got to do a little plug here for him. The next show that I'm going to is actually going to be in Tampa Bay, Florida over Labor Day weekend. This is 2021 Labor Day weekend, which is like September, I think it's like 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. That's a long weekend. I think it's like probably the 4th, 5th, 6th, something like that. He's actually hosting the event with a couple of his buddies. They're having like a cruise trade night, so you can bring your cards on a cruise ship, have open bar trade. Like, that's just like one of the coolest ideas I've ever heard. And when you got people that are doing stuff unique and cool in the hobby, like, I'm going to support you. Like, I'm going to support you all the way if you're doing something to better the hobby. And shout out to him, shout out to Charlie Herlocker, shout out to everyone that's just running events and just building the hobby. Like, I mean, they're putting their capital, their money, and they're taking risks. And, like, they're doing it for the community. Yeah, they're probably going to make some money, but so be it. They could lose a lot of money. And so I love stuff like that. But I first saw this card at Dallas Sports Card Show, like, I don't know, like 6 months ago. Didn't do a deal. Went back and forth, and that's the price he had on it. Basically, a lot of loving. I mean, maybe some cuddling in there too. Can't really say too much. But we got this deal, and we worked it out. And, dude, shout out Jamil, man. That's an awesome collection buy. So, lovely me. Oh, dude, this is the Bulbasaur deck. Oh, my gosh. I thought I bought the CD-ROM version. Okay. Well, you learn something new every day. I totally thought I bought a different version of this Venusaur. Yeah. Okay. I think I paid like, I don't know, $300, $350, something like that. Yeah, long story. I'll tell it some other time if I see you in person. Some more LeBron. Giannis just won the championship, silver. I mean, like, Giannis has, like, I mean, he's good. The Greek freak. More DeAndre Ayton. So a lot of times you go to sports card shows, like, everyone's chasing the next guy. Everyone's chasing the rookie. Everyone's chasing Ohtani or, like, whoever that may be. And I was like, you know what? Like, my guy's going to be DeAndre Ayton. Like, when I'm looking for, like, a deal or something cool, like, why not just buy him? I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to have a long career if he keeps those knees healthy. And so, like, if I found some, like, good deal DeAndre Ayton, I just, like, try to pick it up. This is orange, kind of goes with the Phoenix Suns, his team right there. Pretty cool. And I think I got a pretty good deal on this. It might have been like 150 or so. I think maybe. I think this is numbered, so 42 out of 99. This might have been 250. I don't know. I got to think about that. Pretty cool. This is CSG. This is the sports card grading company of basically CGC. So CGC is like all the trading cards. CSG is more the sports. You can see they have the square cut corners on sports cards, so the cases are a little bit different. You can tell if you have them side by side, but I thought I didn't own any of these, so I actually bought this because one, it's a DeAndre Ayton, and two, like I could like see the case and kind of get a better feel for it. And so you can kind of see this case, which is very close, similar to the CGC case, and the PSA case, which has more of a cloud, and this is like crystal clear. And so I actually got home and I realized I actually had some of these already. I just didn't know what the grading company was. Like, oh, some random grading company. But I think that they grade extremely, extremely hard. So kind of like CGC, when I see a high grade, I tend to think like, all right, you know, that's probably a pretty good looking card. I love Lamar. I buy Lamar as often as I can. When it doesn't conflict with Pokemon goals, like I will buy Lamar. I think it's awesome. So this is like $65. I think that was a pretty good value play. The Heroes, I didn't own one of these. And so these are some of these like lower cost sports cards that are just kind of like nice to have. They're never going to be, you know, $1,000 cards, but they're also just like, all right, you know, you got that version of that guy. So I don't recommend doing that with everyone, but from time to time, you know, it's cool just to have little purchases here and there. So here's some more packs and stuff. These two, I think I'm gonna do 300 each. I think they're light. I'm almost certain. If I don't say something's heavy, just expect it to be light because I don't want to mislead anybody. These have some of the holes in the back, so you guys can see. So I was actually talking to Crack Art McKay. I was talking to him for a couple hours earlier in the week. And, you know, a lot of packs have these holes. And he was like, people would always return it. They'd say it's fake or whatever. And it's like, dude, that's just the way booster packs are. You know, if you think it's in a plane, it's sealed, or if there's air pressure or anything, you don't want to like a bunch of like boom, boom, you know, just happen all the time. So just little like facts and stuff about booster packs. If you're not familiar, like maybe you watch YouTube videos, you haven't like held these in person in a long time. It can be a little, you get it, you question every little thing. Like you can see this pack's like off center, top to bottom. It's like, how can a pack be off center? Well, look at the crimp. You see there's more silver up here. And so I'm not that crazy. Like I'm going to collect off center packs, but dude, there might be someone out there that does. And this might be a cool pack for him. I mean, it is a Misty. And you know what people are trending these days. They love that stuff. Neo Genesis Lugia pack. I looked on eBay before I made this video. I don't see a single one listed. I'd probably just say $550 or best offer. Neo Discovery Unlimited, I say $300. Heavy first edition base. This is a heavy boy. Venusaur, you know that sucker weighs more than a Charizard. At least it should if it doesn't. Very heavy pack, say $1,000. I think this one is also very heavy for Jungle Pack 2. I'd say $450 on this pack if anybody wants it. And then this is just a gorgeous Skyridge pack. Bought this from someone at the event at the trade night that Kentucky Basketball Cards hosted. He actually brought in like a celebrity basketball player that used to play for UK, which is kind of cool. So this case does have a Pokemon label at the bottom. Very nice. Good looking pack. It literally looks box fresh, like someone bought it from a break, and it looks clean. I'm pretty sure this pack is light. I don't remember what the guy said, but I'm just going to say it's light. It's a Vaporeon pack, asking $1,200. So all these packs that you see, if they don't sell, I'm just going to bring them with me to Collecticon, or not Collecticon, Collectors Con. Oh my gosh, that's the show that's in Tampa. The next show that I'm going to be at. So they'll be there if you want them. Oh, and then all this stuff in the back here. So that's a 2-player CD starter set. That's got the Cosmos Machamp, the really cool Machamp in there. This is the quick starter, or the gift set, or oh my gosh, what's it called? Yeah, the starter gift box, dude. You get all these terms mixed up. That one has 2 theme decks, a jungle booster pack. It's the base deck, the jungle deck. Then you get like a really nice EV coin in there too. The brush fire and the water blast, I'm pretty sure those are both unlimited based on the seal. If you wanted those 4 products, I would do like $1,100 or like best offer. If someone was offering me $1,100, I'd ship it all. Oh, and all this stuff, like I'll pay for shipping. So I don't care if you live in Australia, if you live like 2 or 3 floors below me, or if you live like, I don't know, middle of like India, like I will ship this to you for free. So I do not charge shipping on anything that I sell. I feel like it's responsibility of the seller to get an item to you. And so if it's going to cost like a bunch of money, then just price it in. Unless it's like, I get it. If it's like a $20 card and it's going to cost $50 to ship, like, yeah, that's a different scenario. But if I'm selling like $500 items, like I can fork over the $20 to $30 to ship it to you. So this is a really cool Shaq. I just thought this was a nice card. Was the Finals MVP. Just thought that was kind of cool. I've been looking for a USA LeBron actually for a bit, and I saw this loose. I think it might grade a 9. So I was like, oh, that's not too bad. And this is the first year Prism, so 2012. And these cards are all from I think maybe the second day I was at the show. This is DeAndre Ayton Zebra. Thought that was cool. Maybe pay like $250 for this. This is the DeAndre Ayton Dragon. I think no. Maybe it's snake skin. No, I think this is dragon. I'm not sure. I always get it mixed up. This is just a really cool looking card. And the price I paid on this was actually way lower than $1,000. It's off center, left to right. And there was one that auctioned pretty low as well. I got this. This was really cool. I think a few fellow collectors actually saw me do this deal in person. And after I did the deal, they're like, hey, are you Zach? And I was like, yeah, what's up, man? And we were talking for a little bit. So shout out you guys. That was actually pretty awesome to sit there and just meet someone out in the wild, while we're out there deal hunting. And I literally just bought this because I thought it was just a beautiful looking card. Just very elegant Rapidash. Dark Magician of Chaos. I mean, $50, like first edition. I think I paid $40. It's pretty awesome, right? So I'm just going to throw that in the binder. I mean, that's just kind of cool. And then guess what we found out in the wild? Can you tell? Can you tell why this is so cool? It's a Stage Air Blastoise. So that was kind of cool. And so very happy to pick that up as well. And then what do we want to show next? Let's show some more. Let's mix it up. Let's go back to sports. So like if you love sports, you hate Pokemon, this video is probably frustrating. If you love Pokemon, you hate sports. Like we're going back and forth. Like, it's probably frustrating some people. So this is like one of the craziest deals I did at the National. This deserves the story it's about to get. Basically, I bought a PSA 9 LeBron Topps Chrome for $4,000 in person. And then I went around the show. I found one that was a 9.5 minus, and the guy said, you give me $2,000, I'll let you upgrade to a Gym Mint 9.5 BGS. But I had like 1.9 subgrade, and I was like, I don't know, man. I offered him $1,800. He said no. And then I kept walking around. The next day, came back, brought this card. Almost didn't bring this card with me. I'm sorry, this case is like all like disgusting. Let me just show you the card. This case is kind of scratched up, actually. It is kind of scratched up. And basically, I ended up working a deal with the guy. I offered $3K, he offered $5K, and we met somewhere in the middle. And I basically ended up buying this card, which is a quad 9.5 plus. And this is just a really, really nice rookie LeBron from Topps Chrome. So I thought this is a really good value play. I mean, who knows what this card's going to be in the future, but to me, like this card could be 15, could be 20K in a relatively short period of time. So I just felt really, really confident with that purchase. And then just to round it out, just to kind of show you guys what else I was. So this is, let's see here. So these are some of my mail day packages. I didn't buy these at the show, but these are things that I bought like in the mail over the course of time. I got the 04 PSA 9, the 07 Topps Chrome PSA 9, and I think I also got the 05, which I bought at the show. So I was going to try to do a full 9 set, and that's why I had the 9. But then the opportunity came up where I basically saw a gap in the market, and I was like, all right, like I can upgrade to a 9.5 for less than the cost of like 2. It just seemed like maybe the markets weren't aligned when it came to BGS and PSA. And then I basically just was like, all right, I think I should do this. So it's kind of cool. You get the most expensive card basically in a 9.5, and then you got the other LeBrons. But I was thinking, if I had like a wall at home and I could just have like a whole row, that'd be kind of cool. And of course, 2012 Prism, first year Prism came out. So that's kind of cool. We'll keep going here. Got a Kobe for I think I paid like 400, maybe, I don't know, something. It was less than 500. But that was kind of cool. 2012 again, first year Prism. DeAndre Ayton Silver, PSA 9. Isn't that like the coolest, like just pick right there? Dude's got just a happy face. Like, I mean, most of these guys are all serious, like, and DeAndre Ayton, man, he's just having a good time. Just a likable guy. So this is a CD-ROM promo Charizard. I got the Blastoise and Venusaur, which I bought years ago for like $20 each or $30 each. And I never bought the Charizard because I was like, I don't want to pay $40 for this card. It's not worth it. Well, I'm kicking myself now because I paid a lot more than $40, but I paid less than $750. Downtown, DeAndre Ayton. I was trying to make a deal at one of the vendors for a card. Couldn't get a deal done. Guy nudges me and says, hey, man, I got some stuff. You want to buy it? And so anytime you do that at a show, you always want to step away. You never want to do a deal at a dealer's table with someone else because it's like takes away from their space that they're paying for. It takes away from other customers, and it's a little rude. And so I always say like, hey, you know, hey, let's go walk over the side. Let's go talk somewhere else. And so walk over the side, basically do this deal for, I think it was like $350, maybe $4. And I think the guy served in the military too. So I was like, thank you for your service. And that was kind of cool. Got this card, been looking at it for a while. Pro Formulas, it's out of 10. Lamar Jackson. Been trying to get this for a bit. And that's kind of cool. Very, very nice. And then I got a Fireworks Prism LeBron PSA 10. And to pair it off, I got this off some Japanese site. Got it shipped over, and I was like, oh, they're the same year, same set. I just bought them both because I thought they were cool. And they came in, I was like, oh, man, might have to go for the full Firework artwork set now. Who knows? But this one's the Hyper Prism, and that's the Fast Break. And then what else? This is another mail day. This is the Panini 101 Lamar Jackson Diamond. I know it's GMA, but it's a VIP, so it came from the National in 2019, his MVP season. And the guy was listing this on eBay for $1,000. No one was taking it. And I love Lamar, and I'm always looking. And I basically just picked this up for $500. So to me, this is just a very unique card, kind of cool. It's got a little diamond in there, and I'll probably get this graded with Beckett at some point. I'm more of a sports guy when it comes to Beckett. And so this is another card. I got this from DFW. Shout out you guys, DFW Pokemon. This is the FPO Manhole. And what's crazy about this card is I've had the full PSA 10 with one PSA 9 and the set of FPO cards. I don't really show them because there's a little controversy and stuff, so I just usually don't show pictures of them or anything. But I never bought the Manhole because I didn't realize the Manhole existed until years later. And I actually bid on Heritage like 12 grand for one, and I didn't win. And I was like, man, it just feels like a lot of money. And it's a good thing I didn't win, because I ended up paying $3,000 for this, and that to me is plenty enough. I am good. So this completes the FPO set. Big shout out to DFW Pokemon for helping me out. And you can see where it says 4 position only. And so really hard to see, but it is there. Kind of cool. All right, what else we got? Big shout out to my boy, Pokemon Trader. Out in the UK, he sold me this D Edition Eevee. So you may know of the D Edition Butterfree, but do you know of the D Edition Eevee? Kind of crazy. So at a time when last year these Eevees were like $1,000, I paid less than $1,000 for this in a 10, and I am more than happy with that. So we'll leave that there. Kind of another cool error collection card. Shout out to Camps Cards, my friend Mason. Basically, some of these 2 special delivery Pikachus. And like CGC is very tough. They're very consistent. But this is probably one of the only times I've ever noticed like an inconsistency with CGC. So if you look at the centering, and this is just me nitpicking here. Like I'm just giving them a hard time just because I think they're really good graders. And it's just hard to find any sort of flaw. So this is just me just kind of poking fun at the beast there. Just like playful fun there. Centering got a 9.5. Look at the centering. It looks pretty good. This centering got a 9.5. And if you look at it, it is not as good. And so that's like the only time I've ever seen like sort of a mishap. And I don't handle a lot of CGC cards. I don't really handle as much. So I don't necessarily have nearly as much experience with them as other people do. I'm not going to turn these over. That way I don't reveal a certain number. That way the grader doesn't get in trouble. I almost turned it over. That would have been hilarious. I think these 2 I paid $350 for both. They're pretty good looking cards. It's an Instagram deal. Basically, I posted them, and I messaged him a couple minutes of him listed it. And I was like, I feel pretty good about this. And so this back is a little darker than this back. So I think there was a comment in a video one time. I was like, how do you know which cards are which? Well, it's like sometimes the color and different print runs and things I sent off, like you could just kind of tell. Like if all these are like Shadowless or something, this is like something else. Like if you put them all in a row, I'd be like, oh, well, those are from that Shadowless box, and these are from that box. Like that's how you can kind of, I'm not like some wizard, but I mean, who knows? All right, so here we go to Zards. This is another really cool buy. Shout out to Mano right there. Thank you. Appreciate you sending me this little off-center reverse holo that's going to go on the autograph binder. And he sent me 2 off-center Pikachus. So this is in English, off-center left to right. So this left border is a lot thicker than the right border. And then this other Pikachu, which is a foreign Pikachu. What language is that? I could guess Dutch, maybe? I don't know. Someone tell me. If I'm wrong, you're going to tell me. So someone's going to say it somewhere. But top to bottom, you see the top is very big, and on the left you got a little print dot. So it's going to go in my off-center binder. Pretty cool. And then probably one of the best pickups I've made. All these weren't at the show. This is mail day. I'm just combining the videos because I don't know, just get you guys content. I don't think you need to wait like 3 weeks for part 2. Let's just do one part, and then you can pause it and watch the rest when you want. So this is a full Neo Destiny booster box. It does not contain the hollows. It's only the non-hollows. Not all the rares, but some of the rares. But I basically paid like $280 for this. It's all pack fresh. I actually have not opened it yet. I'm going to go through and sleeve every one of these cards. And then everything that's well-centered, I'm going to send off get graded. And this is probably the best way to build sets like that. It's not to buy a box and open it. It's not to buy a bunch of packs and open them. The best way to grade a full set is literally to buy Gem Mint Pack Fresh cards in bulk or complete sets or however it be, but don't pay $1,000 for like 6 cards to build a set. Like, pay a little bit more, buy all the bulk. That's just pack fresh and do it. So like this top card's probably a little bent or something, just the way it's packaged. I asked the seller to sleeve all the cards, and they said no. I mean, you can't help what people are going to do and say, so a little unfortunate, but I think there's a row of these in the middle, so I'm going to go through and sleeve all these at some point. I just haven't done it yet, and I've actually probably had this sitting in my living room for maybe like a couple weeks, but that's on the to-do list of things to do. All right. So what do we want to do? If you want to buy anything, just let me know. If you want to know what's available, just shoot me a ping and I'll let you know. I know some people don't watch everything, so yeah, I'm pretty sure when the Skyridge set's sold, it's paid for, and then I basically have one Skyridge set left, and I got a bunch of other stuff too. Man, I don't know if I'm gonna do this. All right, here, I'm gonna do this. You ready? You guys ready? All right, so I'm gonna show you the Pokemon room a little bit. All right. We're gonna do this so you don't see everything. I got some personal stuff right there. So I am in the process of moving, and with that being said, I don't have a lot of stuff with me anymore. I got a lot of stuff in storage, and I got the Open Expedition box I think about selling. Then I've got another Mysterious Mountains booster box. So if anybody wants this little Easter egg at the end here, I would sell this for $40,000. I don't know, I don't really want to take it out. I would rather just be a little more careful with it. So if anyone wants to buy this for $40,000, you could potentially pull a crystal, Japanese crystal, first edition Charizard. But I'll make it available if anybody wants. Until next time, thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate it. Shout out to everyone I was talking about. And if you got a good Pokemon story, if I met you in person, tell me. Love to talk to you guys. See you soon.